Hi peeps, welcome to another WAYWARD Wednesday. As my mood has been all over the place recently, I decided to do the Moody Reader book tag. See you after the intro. So today I'll be doing the Moody Reader book tag. I seen this on one of my favorite booktubers channel, Mrs. Moody Reader, and I'll link her channel here, and you can also find on my description box below. I really like Antonicia's channel because she's fun. She has this calm energy, but she also exudes love for reading, and now we have some really similar tastes. I just love her recommendation. She has her own TBR game. I recommend you check her channel. On her description box, it lists the original video creator as Brittany at Slanted Spines, and I'll link her channel down on the description box as well. Without any ado today, for real, let's get to it, shall we? And I hope this will be a short video because it's gonna rain in a minute. Do you consider, question number one, do you consider yourself a mood reader? Yes. Wow, one word answer. We're doing this. Question number two, do you set TBR lists and do you stick to them? No, I have what I consider to be like a book wish list, which are books that interest me. I put them on a wish list and I will read them, but I don't set a TBR every month because I don't know what I'll feel like reading, and I don't know what books I'll have access to, because sometimes I have a lot of books on my library. They are on hold and you never know when they'll come in. And besides, I don't like limiting myself. Like I mentioned on a previous video, I am slightly type A, so if I set myself a TBR, I'll read it even if I'm not enjoying or don't feel like reading those books, and that can send me to a slump. So I just pick books as I go. That's why you probably never see any TBR lists from me. So I think unfortunately this is one thing that I can't offer you as a booktuber. I only do TBRs for readathons. Sorry about that, guys. 3. Do books affect you emotionally? Does the mood of a book rub off on you? 100%. I know a lot of people say this, but I am 100% an empath. I have this blessing and a curse of putting myself in other shoes, and that includes fictional characters. So if I identify with a character, or even if I can put myself in the shoes of a character I don't like, whatever they feel, I feel. So absolutely, books do affect my mood, for better or worse. Question number 4, when you're feeling sad, what do you read? Or do you not read when sad? I don't know how to answer that question, because I will still read when I'm feeling sad. I'm always reading. But I would say that when I'm feeling sad, I go for what I call cluster books, which are much like my favorite B.A. Paris or, you know, The Wrong Family. It's books that I know it will be characters that are so out there I can't identify with them, and it's just a fast-paced thriller that I won't have time to feel anything other than that anxiety that comes with you wanting to know what happens. But I will say that if I do pick a book to read when I'm sad and I find the book putting me in a sadder mood, I just close it and I save it for later. I'll still finish in a month because I cannot start a book in a month and not finish it. So I'll still finish it within a month. I just take a break from it, or like intercept a few chapters with other books I read, not to let it completely sink in a depressive state. Most often, this is question number 5, do you use reading to escape, to learn, or to critically reflect? All of the above. First and foremost, to escape, because I love books. It takes me places, whether it's a character's inner world or a world altogether, and I really love that. Like I say, book for me, I've mentioned this a few times, is a lesson in empathy, right? And it does. It's the best airplane in the world. But I also learn and critically reflect with most books I read, even if they're kind of stupid, because I'm fascinated by human nature. I do have a degree in psychology, and just seeing how people tick and see a different group of people acting and reacting, you learn just by being able to see the characters, in my opinion. And sometimes the books will have something that helps you critically reflect what is in your world or on your own bias. Because sometimes I will read a book and feel a certain way, and I reflect on myself. Why did I feel that way? Is this good or not? And sometimes it will even make me a better person. Question number 6. What is a book that made you laugh out loud? Oh, this is a hard question. Fun fact, whenever I'm putting on the spot, I freeze. So what is a book that made me laugh out loud? Okay, the last book that I laughed out loud almost from front page to last page was Feeling Donovan is Killing It. I mentioned it in a previous video, I'll link it up here, but it's basically like, if anything can go wrong, everything goes wrong for this girl, and she just takes it on stride with like a good sense of humor, and is, like I said, is the good kind of cluster. So definitely that was the last book that made me laugh out loud. Number 7, what is a book that has made you cry, or if you don't cry, one that really moved you? Yes, I cry all the time. I cry when I'm happy, I cry when I'm sad, I cry when I'm embarrassed, and I cry when I read most books. So I'm not going to count tears, otherwise the list would be huge, but I would say that the 2 last books that have made me really cry was first and foremost The Push. I think I cried nonstop for the last 10 chapters. I was sobbing. No, actually I'll mention 3 books. The Push by Ashley Audrain, The One by Sarah Crossman. No, not The One, sorry, One. It's a book that I also mentioned, and I'll link it here. It's a YA book written in verse about congenital twins. It tells the story of 1 year in their lives, and they have to make a really important choice, and they don't agree on it. The book was so beautiful. The book that made me cry the most recently was The Return by Rachel Harrison. It is a horror, and I highly recommend it. And again, I just want to be mindful of time on this, so I'll link my when I talk about this here. And I also have a video planned for a review on it. This book, every person is going to take something different from it. And what I took from it is, like, towards the end, the relationship of the women and the conclusion they were getting to, I started like crying. But this is a book that made me sad and cry for like almost a week after. It's a book that left me with a knot on the top of my throat, because it's a book that it talks about something that I'm still dealing with, and it brought to surface a lot of memories. And I think sometimes that's the power of books, right? So like, it really struck to me, it really connected with a book, and I carried that mood, and I was still crying over it or because of it for days on end. I highly recommend. I loved that experience. It was amazing. Number 8, what is a book that you didn't even know how you felt about? How about every Peter Swanson book? I have a lot of problems with the guy, and you can hear me vent about him here. I'll just leave it there, but I had an open letter. His writing is so problematic, in my opinion, but I can't stop reading him because it's so fast-paced, it's so intriguing. He does suspense really well. So every single one of his books, I don't know how to feel, because I don't know if I love to hate them or if I hate to love them, or something in between. So I think every single Peter Swanson book is a book I don't know how I feel about. Number 9, are you more likely to read on a sunny day or a cloudy day? I don't discriminate. I read every chance I have a chance. So for me, it doesn't matter. It's the only difference between cloudy day or sunny days if I'm reading inside or out. Question number 10. Do you usually set the mood when you read? Music, lights, smells, etc. No. If it's really noisy, like the TV is on or people are talking, or you know, like anything that can distract my hearing and my focus, I will put some, what do you call the thing, background noise. I don't really set the mood, even though every now and then I will, you know, light a candle or things like that, but that is not a ritual. I don't need to do it every time, and it does not make my reading better or worse. I just do it sometimes because I feel like. Question number 11. Can you leap from book to book, or do you need buffer time between them? Yes, sir, Memex. I can definitely jump from book to book. I don't even have to finish them. As in, every time I finish a book, I'm starting another one. And even then, like I said, I read many books at the same time, so I can go from book to book. The only thing I think I haven't mentioned before is that I try to get them to be different enough that I can not confuse the plots. Wow, I was just looking at the clock. I actually did a shorty. I know there's a lot of things that I'm recommending you watch. I'll also link those videos down below, the channels I mentioned and the books. So, quick question of the day. Do you ever read description boxes of YouTube videos you watch? There's a lot of cool things in there, peeps. Well, that's what I had today. Thank you so much for being here. And every time you drop a comment down below, it makes my day. It really does. You don't have to feel like you do have to like drop a comment or anything, but I really appreciate my interaction with you guys, and I wanted to take the moment to say that being here and getting to know all of you has done great for my mental health, and I always appreciate having you here. Well, Sepna's done. Until next time, be the hummingbird. See you Friday.